Get in here. Fucking San Andreas, you piece of crap.
Me. Be out of here? Alright, I love you. Alright, drive safe, be careful. Trying to tell you goodbye.
Whatever.
Huh?
Whatever, Joel.
Oh, okay. Ellie, get over here. Come here.
Is that a doggo?
Yeah, that's my puppy. Too dark for this stuff. She's like a Lady in the Tramp with a Doberman skin.
Nice.
DLC, but still, it's worth it.
Hello. This is me.
You want to go? Okay, go with Mom. Love you. All right. What's the matter?
I'm getting all sorts of like very worrisome things now. First, Brian texted me earlier about Kentucky, and now that was my Walgreens, and they were like, "Hey, just following up with you on that medicine you're taking. Is everything okay?" I'm like,
I don't know. Is everything okay, CVS?
It's like, should it not be okay?
Yeah. What? Kind of ominous.
What aren't you telling me?
Damn it.
Like, oh no, everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll just stop
No.
questioning anything right now.
No extra like arms or anything, or
Yeah. What the?
what?
Why are you calling me?
What is going
Never
on?
call me unless you want me to opt in for delivery every single 5 minutes.
You want to print me a giant receipt about something?
Yeah. Let me. Hey, I need toilet paper. I gotta go to CVS real quick and go buy a stick of gum.
Yeah, exactly. So I was hanging out with like AA Ron, right?
Yeah.
Me and him still hang out and stuff, and it's like we're hanging out, and I was like, "Hey, do you want me to go to the like we're gonna go hang out at his house or something like that?" And I'm like,
Cool
"You want me to
story,
go
man.
Yeah, and I'm like, you want me to like go to the liquor store or anything, pick you up anything? And he was like, yeah, actually go to Walgreens for it. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, like Walgreens is apparently like they sell their wines like super cheap, like way cheaper than like Lee's. And I'm like,
yeah, but they're also like fruit juice.
I mean, it was like it's whatever brand he drinks. It's like they had it, and it's like always like 40% off.
If I remember, AA Ron drinks a lot of Zinfandel and all that other stuff.
He drinks, yeah, and his thing now is like I don't know what brand it is. It's this boxed wine that he's like really into.
Oh, fancy.
And it's like, and I was like, okay, I mean, like I can get that anywhere. And he's like, nah, man, just go to Walgreens. It's like half off. Like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever you say, man.
I wonder if anyone has ever like been like, hey, you know what? I might not be a connoisseur of fancy wines, $1,000 bottle fancy wines in the wine cellar. But you know what I am going to have? I'm going to have a boxed wine cellar. Which is
That
just,
would be epic, actually.
which is just like racks on racks on racks of just boxes.
Just looks like a warehouse.
Yeah. Of
Yeah.
wine. And it's just like,
That would be awesome.
yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever thought of that before, but I think that would be like that. I think that would be really funny, like to, you know, in like a Naked Gun sense kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And then they swish it around their cup and then sniff it and just like,
Yeah, like I mean,
that's a good last 2 weeks.
Yeah, like obviously the joke would be something about like rednecks or something like that, but it would be like, and then he showed me his wine cellar and it's just boxes of wine everywhere.
Right.
I think that would totally play off as a joke. Write that down.
Write that down.
No, that's funny though. And you know what, dude? I know so many wine snobs. I mean, you know, being white and all. And it's like, yeah, you know, and it's like, dude, even the pro, you know, sommeliers and all that, they can barely tell the difference between cheap and expensive wine. They're just there to sell stuff.
Well, it wasn't like Gary Vee like originally like a wine guy, anyway.
Who was it?
Gary Vander. Oh, you probably don't know him then. Gary Vee, he's like an inspirational like speaker and then also like a business owner or whatnot.
Oh, I'm like, I have no clue.
Yeah, so he started off selling wine on the internet like through stream, and now he like owns an entire like production company and all this other stuff. So I'm like, how do you even go from that to that, right?
Yeah.
But whatever. I don't know. It's kind of funny though, like wines. It's like alcohol sells itself, just like tits and ass, you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't require a spokesperson.
Or butts and wings, we don't judge. Whatever.
Yeah, we don't judge.
Yeah. 2021, butts and wings, whatever. But yeah, it's like I've seen so many reports of even the snobbiest wine people. It's like on a blind taste test, they usually get it wrong.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is clearly a $400 whatever. And it's like, yeah, this is $10 wine. All right.
This is boxed wine, senor.
And there's a lot of like wine companies out there that are actually promoting boxed wine now, because it's like what they're saying, it's more eco-friendly, and it's like it does the same job. It's like the same. It's
well,
like,
it was always about like status, right? Like,
well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I remember. So, you know, Horchops. Speaking of like status stuff, he is like it's so funny. He's so against like whiskeys that are screw top, and I think that's funny as hell. Like,
he's so against whiskeys that are screw top.
Yeah. So like, I go and I buy a bottle of Jim Beam, and it, you know, has a screw top, right?
Is he one of those snobs, the equivalent snob of being like, oh, if it's a twist top bottle, I ain't have nothing to do with
it? So me and him drink a lot of like fancy whiskeys and stuff like that. And it's like, and some of the brands of like scotches and stuff that we get, they have a cork but it isn't like, you don't need like a corkscrew like with a bottle of wine. It's just like, it's like a little wooden knob with a cork on it. So you just kind of pull it out. And it's like, and he's like, oh, thank God that has a cork, whatever. And it's like, dude, the $10 bottom shelf bourbon that we mix with Diet Coke is perfectly good. Okay.
Like I could honestly say that if there was a reason why this could be like a health hazard, like hey, there's too much sugar in whatever, that makes sense, right? Because it caters to a specific person. But if you're just doing it because you're just like, oh, the build quality, like, bro, there are other things you can focus on than just wine.
That's what I'm saying.
Or whatever he drinks. But Dark says, imagine your waiter comes out with a box, and I'm like, we're way past that. You know when the tide started to shift on boxed wines being looked down upon, because the first place that I ever saw boxed wine at was at a Costco. That was the first time I saw it, and I thought it was Costco specific, but it wasn't. It was just cheap high volume wine. That's all it was. And my parents got one and they put it in the fridge. I guess there was people coming over and whatnot, and they were gonna have wine. But I remembered that the tide turn on embarrassment of owning box wine or purchasing box wine was around the end of 2008, after everyone had lost their houses and their money, and it was that whole crash that was going on. All of a sudden, box wine wasn't so much of a freaking status symbol, right? Like, all of a sudden, those H2, H3 Hummers that were all rolling around everywhere in the highway are no longer a status symbol, because guess what? You were going to get it repoed within the next 3 months. So it was like, who gives a crap? Whatever it's contained in. Now, don't give it to me in a Ziploc bag unless it's behind closed doors. I still have standards.
Hold on 1 second. Changing up.
No. Yeah, that's much better.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Did you say wifey was out for a week or whatever? Yeah, I just didn't know. I mean, you clearly now have more of a eggshell background, so I figured, hey.
So she's upstairs napping right now because she's been all flued up for the past week. So I'm just gonna hang out. I'm just gonna hang out in the living room and be like, yeah, this might be a little less distracting, or see. But yeah, I'm just pulling up all the links.
No mail this
NFTs.
week.
Yeah. All right. Now I can continue my GTA San Andreas play while I'm doing the game news with you.
Yeah.
And be like, ooh, this game is so fun.
So fun.
So fun. I don't even know what's next on my to-do list in this game.
You know, you'd offend a crap ton of people.
Yeah.
In the projects.
I'm technically in the Vegas area right now, so it's like, yeah.
I'm offended that you don't like our culture.
It has nothing to do with the culture. It's the fact that they put in so much boring crap into this game.
Oh, boring like what, Clay?
Like 8,000 stupid bike races on a mountain.
GTA 5 has that.
Yeah, and it's dumb there too.
Well, that's ominous.
Career. Start.
Security breached E.
Trucking missions. That's what I have to.
Asteroids recharge. Oh, is this trying to sail on the classic like Tetris?
Yeah, this is Atari.
BK just comes in. No soccer news for me this week. Okay, thanks, bye.
I mean, true story. Look.
I mean, Asteroids is kind of a soccer game.
BK, I'm just gonna put this out there and say you're the only American who likes soccer. So
yeah, I would have thought that'd be like football.
Yeah, if you wanna like do your best at getting Americans to be more into soccer, go for it. They're not.
Is he American? Are you assuming his nationality?
BK? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, all I know is that he lives in California. So I'm gonna say...
California.
Did you ever get your physical copy of Scott Pilgrim? Yeah, I did. I got it, well, that's like earlier this year. I still haven't played it since it got re-released. It's sitting in my giant pile of Switch games I need to get to.
Shame.
Yeah. Hey, it's a great game. I just haven't had time to play it.
No.
Like I'm a big fan of Scott Pilgrim, the game.
Yeah. Can't wait to talk about Ubisoft's Quartz.
Yeah.
Boot.
Is Mel with family? Yeah, she's doing something out of town with her family or something. I don't know. Something,
Mel things.
blah, 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 Mel stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't make it, you're dead to me. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Ah.
There we go.
I could probably, like, stream this game to my Twitch channel, and then you could put that as a picture-in-picture. We can do the game news while I'm endlessly doing crappy side missions in San Andreas. What up?
I could probably do that.
I mean, I'll totally turn it on right now if you want.
Turn it on. Let's see what happens. I'll try my best last minute.
It'll have a delay, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'll have to turn off the... What is it? Clay Doggy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm totally not going to watch the chat, so...
How dare you?
Deal with it. Mwah.
I'll let you know what shit talking they throw at you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yay.
Oh, you're
Space.
hosting the stream.
That's fine. Start streaming.
We'll start to stream.
Let me know if you see it.
Yep.
This game doesn't allow live streaming. What?
That's weird because I'm literally watching you live stream it right now.
Am I? Oh, okay. So, do you see me flying right now?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, what the heck?
Yeah, that's weird. Why would it say that? Here, let me just set up the source real quick.
Yeah. He's doing another major software update? Exactly. Mel's in the shop right now.
It's mostly for DLC stuff.
Extra side mission-y crap I have to get done.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fool who's like, new release of GTA, must replay.
Do you though?
Joel, are you gonna play Halo Infinite?
Yes.
Isn't that just the same thing over and over again?
Yes.
So there you go. Thanks, homie. I will say, I do like CJ, like the actual character in this game that you play as. And all of his little, like, sayings. Like when you wreck into somebody, he's like,
Yeah.
thanks, homie. Or like, did you steal your license? What kind of license you got? A fishing license? gosh.
I feel like GTA 5 was trying to marry all the different types of communities from different GTAs together.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were hitting on very different demographics. Like, the three characters were basically the demographics of gamers that they kind of have, like the crazy all-out friggin' destroy everything character, and then they have the suburban here, let me try to drive on the streets like a regular person per gameplay kind of person.
Yeah, but then, okay, so at that point, Michael, your third character in 5, would be like Claude. And Claude had no personality at all. So it's like, you know, Claude is just mute guy with gun.
Right.
And it's like, okay. Yay.
Yay.
Oh my god, doors are locked. Why? Hi. Perhaps a 1202? Alright. Oh god, here, let me... Are you playing my sound also?
No.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, it's like DMCA warning.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, yeah, just keep it muted, it's fine.
Okay.
All you're gonna be hearing for the next hour is like car sounds.
Dark says, is Clay planning on stealing an NVIDIA Semi?
An NVIDIA Semi?
And where they have all the graphics cards. Like they're shipping him over and...
Yeah, this is practice.
Yeah.
For actually, there was a mission I did like a little while ago where you and your buddy Caesar like steal a truck. Like it's like a gas truck, but it's like, you know, the same concept. Like you all pull up next to it and he jumps out and like hijacks it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that'll work.
You know what this game's graphics reminds me of? The Simpsons
like
open
Hit and
world
Run?
game. Yeah.
I'm gonna mute my TV so I don't have any bleed over on music here.
You're a bleed over.
Your face is a bleed over.
Fuck.
Ooh, sick burn.
Sick burn. Honey, give me my lotion.
Can I get my aloe?
Oh my god.
There we go.
Meanwhile, while Clay is doing his thing, I guess we're gonna get started with the game news.
Ah! Oh god.
Yeah. Not enough lift for that kind of trick.
Yeah, no, I should have had a little more build up on that. This is the fastest way to get back to where I need to go, so it's like...
You were about to clip that tree for sure.
Yeah, I so was about to clip that tree. You see how it's all, like, the jet's all wobbly right now?
Yeah. This jet would be on the ground in the first 3 seconds.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Graphics pop in. Bro.
Are you
It's
kidding me?
It is nasty in this game.
Why? This doesn't even make any sense. What system are you on?
So this is on the Series X, and it's an Unreal Engine 5 game, so maybe that's like, it's a little powerful, I don't know.
Yeah, for Unreal Engine 5, this should be no problem.
Yeah, this is like, I don't know, but yeah, this game has rough, like, pop in, because like, so like, you can see like draw distance like crazy in this game now, but the way GTA like normally renders, it's like, it's like,
oh god,
see a cop. It's like, it basically it doesn't bother like filling in all the detail until you get close. So this game, it's like you'll just see nasty textures until you get like super close to something. It's
Why
like
is that still a problem in 2021? You have a fast hard drive to be able to read all those textures.
I will say, and I do believe the internet is a little unfair to these, like, you know, definitive edition games, because people say like these are unplayable, and it's like these are a disaster, and this is cyberpunk all over again. And it's like, I 100%ed 3 and Vice City just fine. It's perfectly playable.
Yeah.
It's like,
but it always
you know,
feels like this. Okay, from both ends of the spectrum, one of them is being a whiny baby about it, but still, it's like, if you're talking definitive edition, one, pop-in shouldn't be a thing anymore.
It should not. No.
I barely see it in any modern games now, even on console, right? But like, to be fair, you are talking about not the most fidelity, realism, graphics game in any of the remakes, and it's just like, what do you need that for?
Yeah, like, these aren't, like, San Andreas is a big game. 3 and Vice City are not, but they also suffer from this.
Right. And a lot of these textures here, they're just repeats. They're not they're not anything special or unique to that area. It's just palette swap. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There. Woo, you finished another mission. Time for another one.
Time to do 2 more Trekker missions. No wonder it's Xbox. Hey man, the Xbox versions of these games are way more powerful than the PS5 ones.
Drop kick.
Yeah. You know,
dude gets
CJ's
up like, man, that guy just drop kicked me.
Like, that was impressive.
Yeah, I'm not even mad.
Wait, where am I going? I was at the airport already. Why am I going?
All right, Claire, are we doing this or what?
I am literally waiting on you because I know we're a few minutes over now. I'm just going to keep doing this as we talk because this is mindless activity to me, so it's all good.
Fuck it. All right, let's do this.
Fuck it. Gaming and news.
Gaming.
Game plus news.
Could I even have it like a picture-in-picture or? Good.
It's up to you, man.
I'll just do a picture-in-picture. Yeah.
See if I can actually take off and fly this thing this time.
Okay, let me transform, center horizontally, bam. Cool. Now it's part of the show. Enjoy. You get gameplay and the game news. What? By that, I mean, here's the intro. It's that time for the most interactive podcast on Twitch with your host, Clay Donnie, our OG mod, and yours truly on the Switchboard. Coming to you from our live studio in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, that's not.
It's Game News Live. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Game News Live with Clay Donnie and myself, NJ Joel. We're here to give you the weekly game news as well as some GTA San Andreas 100% runs. Because Clay likes torture, and this is not his most favorite game either. Out of the GTAs, right?
Out of the I would say this is like top 5, but at number 5.
What's last to you? Like the old school 2D sprite GTAs or what?
I will say this. I am going back in time and playing like the old GTAs, like the old top downs.
Yeah.
GTA 1 is not a fun game. Like, that game is really rough to play. 2 is actually still quite fun. It's just it's hard. And I think that's why a lot of people kind of shy away from it, is because it's hard. But like, GTA 2 is actually a really complex game. It's fun. 1 is just like, they tried something out and they were like, I think we have something here, and then they evolved it and made it better.
Yeah.
So those are instantly not on my top of the list here. I would also say one that I really don't like is one of the handheld games that came out. It's called Chinatown Wars.
Mhm.
It was on the DS and then later ported to the PSP, and it's a mobile game also. Like they brought it to Android and iOS.
Oh yeah, but everybody was crying and up in arms that it never made it to console, right?
Yeah, it's not a. In personal opinion, I went through it actually last year for the first time ever. I played it on my PS TV, like formerly known as like the Vita TV, because basically it's a PSP game, so it works on the Vita. I own it digitally, so it installs and you can sync up like a PS4 controller to it and play it like that. It is not a fun game. The story sucked, the gameplay elements, it's very like mini gamey, so like whenever you steal a car, which happens all the time in GTA, it's like if it's like a parked car, like not one that you're hijacking from somebody, it's like you have to do this little like hot wire mini game, and it's like after about and it's like after about the 9 billionth time of doing that, it's like, okay, can I just pass a mini game to be like insta hot pass or like insta hot wire?
Ooh, drift, and now you gotta pick it back up.
Okay.
Oh, that guy's in a hurry.
I'm on a time limit. We can do this.
Or can you, though?
We can do this. I just gotta pick up the thingy again.
You're gonna
Bam.
ram it.
Okay.
Bam! That's how things work. Not broken at all.
MLG 360 no scope.
That's just stupid.
We got this. Where the hell am I going anyway?
I don't know.
I'm going to my airfield. Okay, ooh, that's good. I can get a plane right afterwards, so that works.
Oh.
I'm totally not watching the chat, so I apologize for that.
It's all right. It's dark. I bet the cell loads faster.
The cell, which is, you remember the cell processor that was on the PS3?
Oh yeah.
That piece of crap system.
That it was so hard. Even the developers were like, "Dude, this is ridiculous to program for."
That thing was terrible. The PS3, I know I'm a broken record on this. The PS3 was just a giant failure to me anyway.
Yeah.
That console was terrible.
The Xbox One was a failure to me.
I totally agree. I thought when they finally fixed it with the Xbox One X, that was actually like a really good move. But at that point, it was like, I'm not going to pay $500 for, or $400, like whatever the price point was. It was like, I already paid $400 for an Xbox One. I'm not going to pay another $400 for a One X.
Right.
Like, I'll just wait until the next gen version comes, which I did. And the Series X, that's what I'm on right now. I adore this console.
Yeah.
This is so good.
So there was something on the news, and this is actually not on game news, and I haven't read it yet. But apparently for Halo Infinite, they are stating, and I don't have a Series X, so I can't really like speak on it, but they're stating do not fast load or fast
quick resume
or whatever on Halo
quick
Infinite.
resume.
I'm like, wait. This is your flagship game for Series X, and you're telling us not to use a feature on it?
Yeah,
that's like Unreal. That's like Unreal Engine 5 coming up to the stage and being like, and make sure you do not play this on PCs or any consoles.
Why would it tell me to? Why would it tell me to go down this?
I don't know.
See that? Why game?
Because GPS, bro.
There's clearly a better road to do this on. So
maybe it wants you to fail. Maybe
it does want me to fail. I'm like, why would it do that? I'm gonna flip this track and like lose the mission. Oh my god!
Boo! They're coming at you no matter what. They're not even slowing down. What's up, Joe Dubs? Been a while.
Yeah. Oh my god! I'm facing the wrong way. Okay, we can do this.
Hit the chat, by the way.
Hey Joe Dubs, we can do this. We can salvage this. We got this.
Hit it. Hit it.
We can do this, people. We're in there.
Get off the road and go on the dirt.
Like that. Ah! Oh god! Oh god! I disconnected again.
Oh my god.
We can do this.
Here, let me see.
Okay. All right.
You got it.
I'll pull up a map. Yeah, we can
Dub
do this.
says, I've been busy with life stuff and content stuff. How have you guys been? Well,
Wonderful.
you're looking at it.
You're looking at it.
Clay's
Trucker missions.
Clay's
Trucker
trying
missions
to-
in San Andreas.
Yeah, Clay's trying to 100% the new San Andreas.
Definitive edition.
Yeah, so definitive.
It's
Much.
oh god, no!
Much.
Don't break off. Don't you?
It's texture popping.
What is what? I'm holding that in a gas, but I'm like going backwards. What is happening right now? Okay. What is happening? Oh my god, this game is so broken.
What the hell?
Can a brother just? Why am I just endlessly dosey-doing right now? Like, what is?
If you go the opposite direction, will you self-correct?
I don't know. Look! Oh my god, look at this! Look at this!
What the
at
hell? What the hell is this? Is this a Tesla truck? No, it's not resetting. You're about to flip.
Okay. Can a brother just hit the
Dude,
gas?
it wanted you
Oh
to
my
go
God, this
down
game.
that hill. It did not want you to do this.
Okay. All right.
Now reverse it.
Okay. Reversing? What is happening? I just need to go straight. I'm on the right road.
Is that a streamliner?
I have no idea. Probably. Yeah, like that thing. Yeah.
Here.
Oh my god.
Is it broken? Like it
Okay.
no longer lets you go forward or what?
Here we go. We're good. I don't know. But oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna do this.
No, that thing is moving on its own, bro.
Yeah, it totally is. So I'm gonna try to ram it.
And then it'll explode and the mission will fail.
Actually, I'm probably gonna fail this anyway. If anything, I'm just gonna blow it up.
Oh, because you're out of time, right?
Yeah. I mean, technically, I have like a minute. Oh, wrong car, CJ. Wrong car, CJ. Okay, CJ, buddy. Nope. There we go. Get in the truck, CJ. Okay, you know what? All right, as fun as this is. Grenade. We're gonna have to do this one again.
Yep.
And it's gonna be like, oh, truck destroyed, mission failed. Vision mailed.
Vision mailed.
Vision mailed.
Oh my god.
We're gonna do this again. But luckily,
yeah.
I have a plane like right here that I can just jump right back over there.
All right. Other than that, we're just doing the game news.
Video
so
games, right?
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah. All right, let's get started because we got a couple of game releases that we need to talk about. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is coming out this week, if not already. Website.
It's coming
looks
out next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Website looks a little slim with information, but I'm pretty sure there's an Easter egg somewhere around here.
I'm sure. Yeah. There's little links with basically just give you like videos.
Oh.
Well, I can hear that.
Yeah. I'm killing that
yeah.
because it doesn't even let me like lower it down or nothing.
Yeah. So Security Breach was announced earlier this year. It's a new game in the franchise, which makes far too much money, and the company is still going strong. So like Scott Games, I think it's called Scott Coffin Games, whatever. It's like, you know, the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing, which is super popular. Walk into any Hot Topic and you're gonna see like 50 million everything's on it. I'm kind of surprised that so Scott Coffin, I don't know if you remember this, he kind of got canceled last year
For saying some crazy thing.
No, because basically he's like a Trump supporter, right? So and like, you know, to each their own, right? You know, like political things, you know, it's like people should never really talk about politics anyway. But it's like, but yeah, he but because of that, it's like he made a lot of financial donations to Trump's campaign and some other like conservative people, and so he was kind of canceled and basically said, "I'm just going to back out of the gaming space for a while." But video games take years to make, so this game was probably years in the making already. I'm curious to see how its sales performance is going to go. Like if people are actually going to play it.
Well,
because of all that.
When you marry those kind of things, two different worlds together, you're going to have both the people who will boycott your game just off of their own beliefs. And then the other ones that were never gamers and then all of a sudden are buying your stuff because they just want to support you, right?
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see both, but I'm also willing to bet that the ones that will boycott your game are far more there. Like, your numbers for those people are far greater than the ones that would possibly go and support just for the sake of supporting you on that. Could be wrong. I have been surprised before on that whole thing, but
yeah. Well, okay, and keep in mind, like, Activision is being canceled right now, and that's not going to stop Call of Duty from making money.
Nope.
Right? You know, like, people will say they're going to boycott something and then they won't, or it's a vast minority of people and it's not going to matter anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm sure Activision's losing money right now, or by losing money, I will say not making as much money.
Right.
But they are still a bajillion-dollar corporation that is in no point slowing down on making money.
So is this the one that it's kind of like first-person polished, like Five Nights at Freddy's game?
Yeah, it's just like the next chapter of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Gotcha.
But this one, it's like you actually move around the restaurant. Hey, Brian. You actually move around the restaurant and do things. You're not like stuck in like a security room the whole time.
Right.
Like those previous ones.
Right. So now you get the freedom to be able to do whatever.
Yeah. I actually like the series. I fully played 1 and 2, and then I didn't really care for 3, 4, and I never played 5. But I thought they had something going for a while. And then I remember hearing about this whole cancel thing on him, and I was like, okay, that's fine, like, whatever. But yeah, it's I'm curious to see how it's going to perform.
Yeah, I think that sucks that we live in this kind of society where it's just like, I kind of go back to the Big Lebowski on this one. It's just like, it's like your opinion, man. You know what I mean? Like
your opinion, man.
It's like, bro, so long as you don't entrench on me, I'm all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really give a crap of what you feel like. Let's go play some video games on the couch. That's how I am.
Video games. Fix everything.
But yeah, dude. Yeah. This is just a game release. This isn't even news, and we gave you a little bit of news. So
yeah, and like I said, like, the reason I'm kind of peppering all that data in there is I'm really curious to see how this one performs.
Yeah.
Because your horror gaming people might just be like, yeah, screw it, this is an awesome game.
Right.
Or people are going to be out there and be like, I heard that he's a Trumper and fuck him, and you're sorry. I try not to swear on the show, I promise. But I was like, you know, when my redneck impersonator comes out, it's like all bets are off.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
Brian drops the really tied the room together quote. That's actually his favorite movie of all time. So it's funny that you bring that up right as he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian is a huge Lebowski fan.
Yeah. Well, I'm just a huge fan of the actor, so.
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah, he's just, I don't know. I don't know. For
Kevin,
me,
Kevin Flynn from Tron?
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't feel like that dude can really, like, do a lot of
Greetings
wrong.
program.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one on the game releases. Well, I mean, Tetris made a comeback, and it was quite successful for what it was, and what it
Tetris
still
Connect,
is.
Tetris Effect.
Yeah.
And Tetris Effect Connected, like the multiplayer mode. That game is awesome. I don't know if you've actually played that or not, or anything. It was released on like PC. It's on PlayStation VR, so like you can even jump in on that. I know it's on some of the other VR setups, like Oculus or Vive or something like that.
Yeah.
That game's amazing. This, however, I'm very so.
Are you on the fence about this?
Okay. Tetris Effect was great. Tetris is never going away, right?
Yeah.
400 years from now, people are still going to play Tetris.
Yeah.
And then you had like Pac-Man 256 and Pac-Man Champion DX and what? This plane just, what?
Sure did.
Okay. So
Please, sir, don't flee the scene. We have questions.
Yes, yeah. I don't know. That I just like controller started shaking, and then I'm like, wait, what's happening? Why did this just explode? Anyway, some of these games are coming back. Like there was a Burger Time game on the Switch, and and so these kind of rehashed games of from the 70s and early 80s and stuff. Yeah. I'm on board. The original Asteroids on Atari 2600 and even in the arcades and stuff. It's a great game for its time.
Right.
For the time back in the 70s, there were not a lot of games like that. Like this is super early in the history of video games. I fully get that, and I respect that.
Especially something with like vector graphics back in the day.
I don't. Oh yeah, I should play Tetris Effect at Brian's house. Yeah, with his like 16-channel sound in his living room. It's like that's probably gonna be like amazing. But yeah, like Asteroids Recharged. I don't necessarily think Asteroids needs this.
No?
Because even with this, I don't really see this doing much. Like, people are going to buy this and they're going to go, oh, it's Asteroids. And it's like, is that a bad thing? No. But it's like,
but
I can fire up, like, on Steam, you could buy that, like, Atari collection and you can get Asteroids for, like, $1. Not a full price game.
There is something that the Asteroids of before do not have on here is the fact that you could just do the couch co-op stuff, right? Like you can just pick up a couch a friend and just play this. This is what that's for, really. Because if you honestly take a look at nostalgia culture right now, and I will call it that, because a lot of things are selling. It's not because like, oh, it's nostalgia and we're bringing that back and whatever. It's an easy fix to just continue making money because the people who couldn't afford those things back when they were kids have money now. And so now they're able to enjoy this, like, hey, now I get to play the casual games that I never got to play before. I especially am like that because there's a lot of games that I couldn't afford. There's a lot of clearly hardware that I couldn't afford back in my day that I pride myself on it now.
Back in my day.
Yeah. So now it's just like, oh, the whole, hey, I didn't get to play that game before, so now I get to play it now as a person that receives a paycheck. They're gonna milk you for that whole like a nostalgia feel. They're not gonna. They know exactly what to do. That's why you're starting to see a lot of different, like, what was it? We saw Frogger as a TV show. Like,
I totally forgot that existed.
On Peacock.
I wonder if it's still on. Yeah. Like it's on.
I haven't
Peacock.
seen anything for it.
Because like Damon Wayans Jr. is like one of the hosts of it. And I just remember how cringy the commercial was for it, where it's like of him literally saying like, "You have got to be frogging kidding me," and it's like,
I'm like, I was looking at it like, did you write that or did they write that? Because
some writer's room dude at NBC was like, "This is going to be hilarious."
Yeah. If you haven't seen that on trailer, just look for Frogger Peacock on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. It's like some cringiness, but then I understand, like, with the way Netflix has been doing some of their shows, like The Floor is Lava, right?
Yeah.
The Floor is Lava is a show on Netflix that's like one of those kind of shows like back in the day on Nickelodeon, where it's just like
it's like kid shows, like Wild and Crazy Kids or something like that.
Yeah, but it was like obstacle courses and all this other stuff, and it kind of does bring it all there and brings it back. But it's, at the same time, I watch it and then I look at myself and I'm like, this is just cringe TV. That's all it is. It's like I'm laughing at people getting tossed into things and just laughing at them, but it's just like, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Idiocracy with the ball kicker guy. You know what I mean? It's just like, am I being drawn in because they know the formula of getting a 36-year-old gamer into this show and just watching it mindlessly because they really don't care if you enjoy it or not. But anyways, I feel like a lot of these games are going to continue to happen because your library, it obviously needs asteroids, or else you wouldn't be like a real gamer, right? It needs it.
Yeah.
So Maddie is on here. I mean, have you seen the house? Brian says, yes, I'm that person as well. Preying on the latchkey kids from the 80s. Oh my god. Dark says, bring back Dr. Mario. I never got into Dr. Mario. I never got in, and everyone praises Dr. Mario back in the day. So I'm just like, when did that become a thing?
I will say I like Dr. Mario, like enough. It's sure. What's up, Robert?
What up, Robert?
But I'm not gonna say Dr. Mario is like on the same level as Tetris or anything like that.
You don't think so?
No.
All right.
Tetris is a far superior game, but but I mean, Dr. Mario is fine. It has good music.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So like that's cool, but I don't know. I get what you're saying, but like I said, Asteroids it's a fine game. I'm not bagging on Asteroids, but someone at Atari was like, what if we re-released Asteroids? And then there had to have been somebody else being like, that's a great idea. And it's like, maybe if they did like a compilation, old Atari games like Asteroids, Centipede, things like, Combat, get some of these old Atari games that you normally get in those Atari compilation collection things, and then do this thing where you make them all pretty and stuff. Do that to all of them at once, and call it Atari Recharged, not just Asteroids Recharged.
I think you want an Asteroids pack, or not an Asteroids pack, but an Atari pack instead of a specific game pack.
Yeah, not just one game. Make me want to play a lot of these games, because Asteroids, nothing against Asteroids, it's a great game, but it's I'm gonna get bored with that in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But then I'll move on, or it'll be hey, Combat's actually a 2-player game. Let's play that.
Yeah. Robert says Tetris is superior.
Tetris is always superior. Tetris has already been on many lists of the greatest game of all time, and it's hard to argue that, because you can always play Tetris. It's just a game that at any time you can play Tetris.
Right.
And you know how to play, and it's it's one of those unless you're one of those people who compete in pro Tetris, it's it's easy to play, hard to master.
Yeah. And then not only that, but I think I understand I'm probably going to get some hate for this, but it's been known that it's one of the easiest games to pick up for non-gamers as well.
Yeah.
And so with that comes a demographic. That demographic was, back in the day, the female persuasion. And now it's just they're everywhere and playing whatever, Pro League and whatnot. And I'm like, for anyone who was a non-gamer back then, or even now, it's if you pick up Tetris, it's you're gonna get that hand-eye coordination. Basically, it's a trainer. That's what it is. You're gonna get that hand-eye coordination to become a gamer that's worth a damn. Did you just fall?
I thought I had a parachute, and I did
then
not.
Get hit by a motorcycle?
And then I got hit by a motorcycle.
Oh my god.
I thought I had a parachute.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah. It almost looks like on this definitive edition that he's walking and his feet are going through the floor.
Yeah, that happens every now and then.
Like it's clipping.
Am I going?
But anyway, on our next release, it's not really video games, but it does star one of the most handsome PCMRs that I know.
I figured you were going to want to talk about this. One, because I know what a fan of The Witcher, the television show, you are. But at the same time, anytime we can talk about Cavill, it's
bro, the guy knows his stuff. He will be quick to interrupt an interview.
Did you watch that?
I did not, but I did get the notes here.
So the Warhammer conversation?
So somebody,
So-
I guess, was saying "wow" the entire time. The interviewer.
Well, so Graham Norton is like he's holy mother. Okay, so he's like a really I'm turned around. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, he's a huge TV guy in England,
British, right?
Yeah, and it's like watching like Jimmy Fallon. It's like, you know, he has celebrities on, you know, they
Right,
promote
right,
movies,
right.
they promote music and all that stuff, and he's a funny guy, you know, so it's like, oh cool, he's awesome. And then so he had Cavill and Tom Holland, you know, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He had them on this show, and this was like last week, and yeah, and then he
Dude, they are out for you.
yeah, the 4 stars. That's like the challenge of this one, is to try to. It's like he
Good luck.
Graham Norton brings up, and on Graham Norton's not a gamer, right? So it's like he doesn't know, and he mentions like, oh yeah, it's that video game, that War something, right? Like where you paint the figures and you do stuff. It's Warcraft, right? And Cavill's like,
Ooh.
actually, and Cavill, being a charming British man, is like, actually, Graham, it's Warhammer, and he basically just gives like a brief, what is. Okay, that's a fail.
my goodness.
That's a fail. I'm just.
No, it's still turning around.
No,
Oh, but you don't have another truck.
Yeah, the truck is still screwed. So.
Oh, all right. And you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And I'm busted. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, so Cavill, being, you know, the charming guy, he just explains it, and he's like, it's Warhammer. You paint figures, and then you have like battles with your army versus other people's armies,
right.
and he goes on, and he's like, and it's a lot of fun. And they're like, really? It's a lot of fun? And he's like, yeah, it's great. And even Tom Holland is like, can I come over to your house and play this with you? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It's like, yeah, it's so it was
It's a lot.
It
It's
was
a lot
fun
like
interview.
yeah. It's a lot like D&D, but in the sense of you're just focusing on a huge battle, right? Like you're focusing on your characters that you've spent some time customizing, your models and whatnot. It's a little bit more involved, I would think, but.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't partaken in tabletop Warhammer, just on the video games, but that's pretty much
exactly. Me too. And I know a lot of people who play it, and we actually talked about this last year when we were talking about Warhammer Plus, like that TV subscription service.
Yep.
Or not TV, I guess you could say internet subscription service, but it's doing well, and I had no idea until I started actually speaking with people who play Warhammer that it was like, I didn't know what a big deal it was. Like it is huge.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that's the other thing. It's like nobody's really inviting for anything, right? Like,
yeah,
we don't have any friends that are just like, bro, here's a starter pack. Gonna give you a couple of figurines and then we can go and hang out. It's like, no, there's like it's almost like that movie Eyes Wide Shut with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. It's just like, yeah, there's only like a secret group and they all hang out in this giant mansion, like not having sex, but at least needing some deodorant. That's about it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like that's how that works. But that's the only time. The only other place I've ever seen Warhammer stuff is at like comic book places, because they'll have tables set up just for Warhammer night. Is it doing it again?
I've already disconnected this trailer.
Oh my goodness.
Where is it? There you
But yeah. If anybody doesn't know what's happening right now, Clay is trying to 100% the new GTA San Andreas definitive edition for no reason other than he 100% GTA San Andreas definitive edition.
Technically, I've already done this on the PS2. I just haven't done it in a while.
Is it the same, or is there still some differences here?
It's just graphics and stuff. Can you?
No. No.
Did I get?
You don't need it.
Come on, it's there. Okay, back in business. All right, let's go.
Run!
Let's
Run!
go, coppers. Let's go, coppers. Let's do this. But yeah, Witcher. Joe, I know you're a fan. I've never seen it, so
I don't understand. Like, how
Yeah.
have you not seen this? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you almost flipped over again. How have you not seen any of it? Like, you haven't even pulled up a pilot or the first episode or nothing? Like,
I just haven't got to it yet.
and you played Witcher. Like,
I've played
Witcher
all
3.
three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played 1 and 2 also.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of surprised that you're like not wanting, or not saying that you don't want to, but that this is on a back burner list for you.
Yeah, it's just like, I'll get to it. Oh my god, Cop.
You're gonna have a hard time. 4
Well,
stars.
plus, like, yeah, it's 4 stars. Plus the fact that it's raining is like that's not helping matters.
Brian says, I really think this is the best time to break it to Clay that I'm playing Halo CE before I start GTA 3. Fight me, Clay. Love you.
I will fight him, but why?
Dark says, Clay can't even drive a semi.
I mean, really? What kind of loser am I?
Jeez.
What, hey, whoa, hey, where you going?
Don't worry, it'll finish the mission on its own.
Yeah, the trailer's just gonna go back on its own. It's like, I got this, bro. All right, I'm not going the right direction.
You might actually get it.
Oh shit! Can I use that police bribe? Can I use this?
What are you doing? Why?
No, it won't let me. Okay, of course not. That would only make this fun. Okay. No, so Witcher, back to the... Oh my god. Game is just against me.
Yeah.
So, Witcher, I'll get to it. And, yeah, aren't there like 10 seasons planned or something like that?
I don't know how many seasons are planned. All I
God.
know is that I'm ready for the next season. I'm excited to see Yennefer make it back. Even if she does have a hunchback, I'm all good with that. And
Wait, she has
then...
a hunchback?
Yeah, bro. Like, you need to watch the show. You need to watch it.
Watch that. Nah.
If anybody on the chats can convince Clay that he needs to watch this, I mean, it's not like the greatest show in the world. I'm not saying that. But I am saying it's a lot better than Game of Thrones to me.
Sounds to me like you're saying it's the greatest show in the world.
No, have you seen the last season of Game of Thrones?
I haven't seen any Game of Thrones.
Oh, well, the last season destroyed everything that Game of Thrones
That's what I
built
hear.
up with. Yeah.
I hear...
It was
yeah.
kind of like one of those writers like, well, let's wrap it up because we just need to do this and get it done and over with. So we're just going to kill this whole thing off. And I'm just like, dude, you had a huge opportunity. And then not only that, but their prequels got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, well, that's the kind of taste that you left in people's mouths and they don't even want to watch the prequels. But either way, speaking
of shows ending, and I'm not an anime person at all, but I saw on actually the Game Overs Discord, which I'm a part of that also. That's our buddy Wasabi.
Yep.
One of the guys on his Discord pointed out that the Cowboy Bebop live show just got canceled after like one season on Netflix, and apparently it was just terrible. And
yeah, I don't know.
I've never seen Cowboy Bebop. I don't know what
either.
the anime is or anything, but I was like, oh wow! And apparently, in the anime world, even everybody was like, yeah, that was a wise decision to pull the plug on that.
Yeah, I was on Reddit like looking at a couple of memes here and there, and it was like they're dragging it through the mud, and I'm just like, well, was it really that good of a series to want to adapt to an action? A live action series?
Yeah.
Matt says it was not that bad.
Okay.
And I'm just like, all right. Now, the one thing that I did see, the small little clip, was of this older lady talking to the black character that's in there about how she's trying to seduce him, and that whole entire line gave me cancer. I'm gonna have to send it to you on the Discord because it was just, what the hell? Did you finally make it?
Trucking complete. I no longer have to do trucking missions.
Either way.
Now I need to go find a safe house and save this game before it crashes and I lose all that progress.
Yeah. $10. Yeah. Matt said, I liked it. The internet weebs didn't get shot-for-shot remake, so they complained.
Makes sense.
And then I believe on my comment about the whole like older lady trying to take advantage of the black guy, she was like, Matt said, yeah, that was bad. I'm like, that was easily like cringe worthy for a week. Okay. And then Brian says, I enjoyed Witcher, but it's way too much drama for Clay's taste. That's right. He needs more. He doesn't need boobies or ass or anything that The Witcher, provides. He just likes the long swords. You know what I'm saying? He likes them. He likes some pretty long swords.
Somebody throw a pie. That's all I need, right? Like, I'm just in it for the lulz.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the releases.
New releases.
Let's get on with the game news. Kind of, because it's like it's not like the internet hasn't already been so loud about Ubisoft and their quartz like NFT system that they're trying to introduce or force down our throats. But Clay, I don't know how much you know about NFTs and this whole blockchain image thing. But
not a lot.
It's kind of hard to explain to a lot of people, and even I have a hard time like trying to say it in a way that's just going to make more sense. But I just think this is dumb no matter what, because I don't really feel like NFTs are here to stay. I feel like they're a fad. I feel like stable coins and crypto coins are the way to go, but some people have gotten rich overnight just off NFTs, so I can't deny it, right? I just don't know if it needs to be in this space just yet, especially when it's not tried and true. Or maybe they're just doing the exact same thing as like the nostalgia thing, which is hitting on a demographic that has money now. There are gamers, we might as well promote to them. But this is what it's come to right here. It's like now it's basically DLC for real life. And I don't know. I don't like it. But Clay, you might have a different opinion.
So,
on it.
you know what? Okay, like, I am not in this new age of crypto and blockchains and NFTs and all that stuff. I don't live in that world.
Right.
Maybe I'm just old, whatever. Like, but it's like the world, and when I say the world, the gaming world seems to be pretty divided on this. Some like Ubisoft are, just see, big dollar signs in their eyes and say cha-ching, because that's all Ubisoft cares about.
Yeah.
And then you have like Steam, like Valve, and even Microsoft, who are like, no, we're not going down that rabbit hole, man. Like, so with that, it's like, it's Ubisoft and even EA. EA said they're looking into it. Ubisoft, oh yeah, so if you haven't seen it yet, there is a video that's on this website. By the way, their YouTube video announcing this was delisted because of all the hate it got.
Wait, so they got dislikes even though there's no dislikes there?
Well, apparently it wasn't just the dislikes on YouTube, it was like basically just all the bad press. But yeah, I know we talked about this before the show started, but I think it's really funny. So they have their version of of NFTs. They're called digits.
Yeah.
Digits you buy and sell through their system called Quartz, and they currently have the first 3 available. And it's like a gun skin and a helmet skin and like a boot skin for Ghost Recon Endpoint. Is that the new one? Endpoint, I think it is. Yeah, and it's like Ghost Recon Endpoint is, if that's the name of the game, I don't even remember because the game was terrible. That game was basically hated by everybody because of Breakpoint. Thank you, Joe Dubs. it was basically hated by everybody because of how insanely over the top microtransaction-y it was. It was like literally everything in the pay to win, XP boosters, literally everything in that game is dollar signs. And this is it is a multiplayer online game, but this is from Ubisoft, the company who also released like that Immortals Phoenix Rising game, which is a single player campaign full of microtransactions.
Right.
And it's like it's a $60 game plus a million microtransactions. People already hated Ghost Recon Breakpoint just because of that. Then they choose this game, the game everybody hates because of all the dollar signs and microtransactions all over the place, to be the first game to put their NFT system in.
Right.
And I was like, you have got to be out of your minds. Like, this is insanity to me. They're popular games right now. You have Rainbow Six Siege, and actually that Downhill Republic, Riders Republic, is actually doing well right now. Like, it actually has decent reviews. Those are your two popular games.
Right. Like,
bury Ghost Recon until you can actually do it correctly.
Yeah.
And but I was like, this whole thing is just. By the way, Breakpoint got an update and it's actually decent now.
X for doubt.
I don't know a single person who plays that game. So if you are that person, then you're it. Hey guys, hey everybody else on the internet, I know one guy who says it's good now. It's like
But it's just bad timing, right? Because like if a patch made something good, then that just kind of cheapens the game, in my opinion. It's like it took a patch. It's kind of like what you got with Cyberpunk, right? It's like, hey, patch after patch after patch after patch, it's still broken. Oh, this patch is good now. It's decent and playable. It's like, all right, guys, everybody ready to jump back up? Hello?
Is anyone still here?
Yeah. Nope. All right. Well, I guess I'll enjoy it. You know, that's what it feels like. It's probably what Battlefield feels like right now.
We do know, and this is historically true here, EA has been able to fix Battlefield in the past.
Yes.
So hopefully they'll do it again.
Now,
like Battlefield 4 took like 2 years to get good.
Yeah.
And apparently it's actually good now.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, for the NFT thing, I feel like it's more revealing about the companies that are supporting it rather than the ones that aren't, right? Because if you have Activision, you have Blizzard, you have all these other companies, you have Microsoft and everybody else saying like, you know what, we're gonna probably hold off on that, or just straight up no. Then look at the companies that are supporting it, and are they in a very good financial place, or even with society, are they in a good place to be able to say, hey, we're a respectable company, and even though there's no regulation against this right now, and there could possibly be regulation, we're still gonna throw the dice and just do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you clearly don't understand. Like, you all were originally the ones talking about loot boxes in every game, and then the world shut you down on that. So now you want to do DLC.
How else can we do this?
Yeah, how else can we make cheap money off of digital goods that we just slave drive our employees to make, just so that way we can make that quick buck?
Yeah.
And get on the forefront of it before it's regulated.
Yeah, enter the new loot box.
Right. It's like, dude, you know, like, if this gets big, you're going to get regulated. You're going to get fined for things because now you're in a transitional phase, like anything else that gets regulated later on, right?
Yeah.
And then you're screwed. It's like those companies don't have the time to be modifying their entire sell structure or selling marketplace of this whole thing, because all of a sudden one law came up and now they're struggling not only on their video game side to produce quality video games. EA, please work on that. And two, now you're dealing with the second marketplace that now has laws that you don't abide by, and you quickly have to convert that.
Yeah.
It's like you're biting off more than you can chew, bro. Just spin off some other like section of your entire corporate being over to that, and then focus on that for something else. But I just don't think gaming should be the first place that they prey on to try to make up some of that money on the false security that they might get rich off of some of these DLC packs for real life.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's like this thing is probably going to become a thing, like just later on. Like Ubisoft, it's like so right now, Ubisoft just looks bad in this light because they're like, oh yeah, this is totally a thing, and we're just going to do this, and we're going to make tons of money, and it's going to be great. This is kind of like this will become a thing. I totally see that happening. It's just right now, they look like 2K with their $70 next gen games. Oof. And it's like, it's like
they're
like
shooting high, right? They're shooting high just to see where the hell it lands.
Yeah, they look like the a-holes who are like just out to make money right now when nobody else is. And
they are. I mean, again, look at the companies that are supporting it versus the ones that aren't. I mean, I'm not saying that Microsoft or anybody else who's not supporting it isn't about money. Of course they're about money, but are they about also doing it in a way where, they could be hit just as bad as the consumers that they're trying to hawk it to? Like, nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants to like renege on something that they were going to try to make money off of only to give it back. Like that's not the whole thing. But EA is. EA will do refunds, no problem, and try something else. Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's too early for my buddy Robert, who I think is on the chat. He asked me about NFTs, and I was just like, I'll give you the skivvy on NFTs, but take it with a grain of salt. Not because it's not legitimized by people already getting rich off of NFTs, not because of that, but because the regulation on NFTs is just not strong enough to the point where you don't know if you're going to get fined or not fined. You're going to get your tax returns and then you're going to be owing, right? Like all of a sudden, like because regulations kicked in at a worse time and you weren't anticipating that, now you have to give up some of your tax refund. Like you don't know what's going to happen. But I already know, like with making Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I know I'm going to have to pay out at least a certain amount by now. So I'm not worried about it too much. But NFTs are a completely different beast, and I don't want to dive into something and invest in something that I know damn well like just doesn't have enough regulation in my book. But to each their own. Matt says, sell JPEG. Number 1, sell JPEG. Number 2, question marks. And number 3, profit. Fantastic. Dark says, the first marketplace is game cheats. I mean, if you remember back in the day, anything extra was either cosmetic or Game Genie. Yeah. The Game Genie was such a mind blow when that thing first came out. Yeah. You were it was literally a hex editor with a nice skin on it. And someone charged plastic for it. Joe Dub says maybe game companies should actually finish their games instead of putting time and energy in NFTs, microtransactions, battle royale. Shut your face. Oh, is too much logic here? No. 70% is passing. There you go. Yeah. And Battle Royale when they abandon their core gameplay. By the way, did you hear that PUBG is going free to play now? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So PUBG. But hold on. Call it by its proper name. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The third 18.9 version 5. Oh god. I don't know, man. I don't know why they called it that. It's literally in their abbreviation. Why do they need to call it that twice?
Battlegrounds, bro. It's twice the Battlegrounds.
So PUBG now is like
it's like Fortnite, but with twice the amount of Battlegrounds.
So it would be Fortnite night.
Fortnite.
Should it be COD duty?
COD duty.
COD the duty.
COD duties. COD pet duty.
Anyways, but yeah, it's like it went free to play, which now it's going to be obviously more microtransactions just to get, you know, the population going. But at the same time, the full game I think is $13, $14 now. So now even if you play free to play, you can now get the full game and whatever other modes for like $13 or
I was gonna say it was on Game Pass. I don't know if it's still there or not.
I think only for the Xbox it was on Game Pass. The PC version was not.
Okay.
But yeah, that's cool. I don't know how y'all feel about the whole NFT thing. I think it is gonna be coming around. I just don't think this first iteration of it is worth a damn. And you probably don't take this as financial advice, like how every other asterisk thing goes with cryptocurrency and money. But NFTs, be careful. Unless you have a lot of capital to spend on NFTs, I would not be chalking my money on every little JPEG that goes around the internet. Right click
save, bro.
Please don't. Please stop.
Right click save.
Yeah. If you have a meme that has just spoken to you for so long, buy it. You know, if it's on sale, buy it. Because it'll be yours forever and whatnot. But don't just go ham sandwich. I'm not predicting anything, but I'm just saying there's not enough regulation right now. Just saying.
I hear you.
Dark says, so is it Nerd Junkies? Kinda.
I mean,
we can have
NJ Junkies.
NJ Junkies. I mean, I can have other vices. I could be on black tar heroin, so you don't know that.
Yeah,
I could be junkie of the Nerd Junkies.
Yeah, see.
Joe Dub says NFT is the devil. Okay, Mama Waterboy.
Foosball. It's the devil.
Smoking that devil's lettuce.
Exactly. That wacky tobacco.
Yeah. Robert says metaverse, baby. Yeah, invest on that. Invest on Zuckerberg's way of us jacking into the Matrix soon.
Yeah, but which metaverse? Because there's multiples now.
The one where Thanos is a nice guy. That's the one I want.
Sweet.
Yeah. Because then I can agree with him without feeling bad.
And he just snaps along the songs that he's like listening to.
Yeah, he's like, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Whoa. DMCA, bro.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Joe Dub says, I already been to the metaverse. It's called Second Life. Oh, God.
I remember Second Life.
It was like watching like the first renders for Lawnmower Man when I saw Second Life. It was like, what is this? And why does it look like this? And why does it run like crap? But either way, whatever. Yeah. Real estate in the metaverse, that could be a thing. I mean, he's already chalking up a couple of like, hey, if you saw the Mark Zuckerberg video, he was like, hey, and you can be holding your meetings, and you can be like, I think, what was it? You can decorate your own space. It's like, what do you think you're going to be decorating your own space with? Stuff that you made? No. No, son. There's going to be a marketplace for that. And those are basically NFTs. Those are digital goods to decorate your make-believe room that they own. So you're basically looking at a digital crypto wallet for your NFTs. And Facebook wants to be the place where you hold your NFTs at. I mean, think about it. I mean, yes, I know it's like boom, right? Like, oh man, that's so smart of Zuckerberg. But trust me, they haven't had a great track record on just your privacy. So calm down on that. You know, it ain't gonna be great.
We're sorry.
Sorry. By the way,
Sorry.
we're no longer Facebook. To avoid litigation, we are now Metaverse or Meta. That didn't work so well. Yeah. Robert says that's crazy. Matt said, so new MySpace? Pretty much. Dark Zero says it's a real thing. Metaland was or being sold for over $1 million, I think. All right. Joe Dub says, I really need to get the red pill and get to the real. It's called NyQuil. That's what that's where the real world is at. When you sleep. Matt says, cracks knuckles, time to write some HTML. Brian Etchison says, Clay, watching you play Superman 64 is not helping your idea. I need to play GTA.
Right? Isn't this just Superman 64? I'm just flying through rings.
Yeah.
You will never have to do this because you're never going to want to like 100% the game.
No.
This is literally all side crap that does not matter. This is not needed for anything.
Yeah. All right, on the next one, we're going to be talking about Activision and unionizing. I didn't know that. Oh, my God.
It was like, yep, I got that. I pulled it off. That works.
My sphincter just tightened up.
Yeah. Activision and unionizing. So there was another walkout.
Another one?
Another one. So, you know, there's all the Blizzard shenanigans going on.
Right.
And then there was like, GIF and... No, go out.
Wow, look at that.
Go out.
You straight up headbutted that arch. And the only thing you got was a wing on fire.
We're not on fire anymore. We're good.
Okay.
I'm all shaky now. That's going to be interesting. What is going on behind me? Oh, people are trying to shoot me down. Nice. This just got harder. Okay, so
I didn't know there were 6 stars here.
Yeah, there's 6 in this game. Technically 3 had 6, so they've been there the whole time. I
don't think you're gonna make it.
So hard to. Oh my God, I can't. It's so hard to control. Pull up.
You're dying.
I'm about to die. I'm about to blow up. But yeah, so there was another walkout last week because of actually Raven Software, which is they're one of the Call of Duty teams. They let go of a bunch of temporary contractor employees, right?
Okay.
Which if you've ever worked in a corporation before, that's kind of normal.
That
right?
usually
that
happens. Yeah, I've been a contractor myself.
Yeah, contractors don't really have rights. But it was kind of reminiscent of when, you know, like Activision laid off like 1 million people, and like a few years ago they laid off like 800 people and then said like, hey, we just made a profit.
Right.
If you remember that. So it kind of flashed back to that. So there was another walkout the other day, basically targeted around giving their contractors more rights and actually like offerings on full-time positions, which would be great, right? So there was, during this walkout that happened again, there is now basically Activision is, or this group of people who have been kind of at the forefront of getting Activision to treat their employees better. It is so hard to fly this thing right now. They started handing out unionization cards because if they get enough people on board, they can actually form a union. Which brings up a million questions, right? Like, because video games in America, at least, like in Europe they do, in America, they don't have unions. That would protect...
They don't need them.
Yeah, like, this would protect employees from, like, crunching for thousands of hours a week and, you know, getting paid correctly. And especially when harassment claims come up, they'll protect their employees a little better than just doing whatever the boss says.
Yep.
So that is this union idea is actually really cool. But and of course Activision's trying to, stomp it. But with that, it's like, let's say this happens. I'm just going to propose a situation, right?
All right.
Which we are currently kind of experiencing. If you remember, back when GTA 5 was being made, and especially Red Dead 2, Rockstar got in a lot of trouble for crunch. They were just, this is it. Yeah.
You're done.
Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm still up. Woo!
Oh my god.
Rockstar got in a lot of trouble for crunch. And so I'm thinking that now GTA 6 is taking so damn long to come out, and it's probably because Rockstar is saying, guess what, we're not crunching our people anymore. Games are going to take longer to make. Posing the question out there, what do we think about that? Yes, the well-being of all the developers is important, but that game that normally took 4 years now takes 8 years. And I'm dead. That's it.
I mean, I'll give my 2 cents on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we as the gamer society have become very spoiled in that sense, because we're consumers first, no matter what. But we have seen what happens, and we don't want to admit this. We have seen what happens when we force a company with bad press about pushing back games and breaking promises, which is a nothing new concept. It's nothing new. It's just everyone knows everything, and everyone gets to have an opinion on the internet, that it has caused people to be up in arms about the most minute things all the time, 24/7, and be able to track it like it's a damn log, right?
Yeah.
Of he said, she said, this is how it works. So now we're all the police, but we're also none of us have the power to really enforce it, except destroy reputations and companies, which some of them do deserve it, especially for sexual abuse and all that other stuff. I totally support all that kind of stuff. Let that stuff come out to light. But when you're just complaining because something is going to take a long time to be the very thing that you don't want to complain about in a video game, it's I take Activision's approach, or not Activision, Blizzard's approach, and be like, it's done when it's ready. You know what I mean?
I think you mean id.
Oh, yeah. It's software.
Yeah.
It's done when it's ready. Stop crying about it. Or better yet, how about you don't announce it until you're really close to gold copy, right? To that final copy, and now you're going to throw out the gameplay trailer and the CG trailer and the features trailer for the PC and the Series Z and whatnot, whatever markets your game, but you do it 2 years in advance, to where these kids are foaming at the mouth, talking nothing, making YouTube videos for something that is not even it's speculation half the time. No one really said anything. Somebody farted, and so that confirms Half-Life 3. Bro, I'm becoming an older gamer, and even I see where this is coming from, and I'm I'm not trying to be back when we were gamers, this was it, blah, 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 and these bugs never existed when I was a gamer. It's that's because the game literally fit on a damn 256 kilobit memory chip. There wasn't a lot to fix. There wasn't all these different things to do, but for these kind of games, when you're talking about a level of realism that you're just tossed into, or something that is just visually stunning and the greatest story, I remember it takes quite a bit and a lot of testing to get to that point, that we as gamers should at least respect and be look, we're not even going to pre-order your game. That's how much we're going to expect out of you. We'll let you, finish or whatever you want to do for QA and whatnot, but we won't pre-order. The moment that we stop pre-ordering is the moment that quality comes back to your video games. Like,
But that's never gonna happen.
I know it's never gonna happen because we can't seem to rally on the same thing more than 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like just don't do pre-orders. I understand they're about to entice you with that $1,000 jacket that Leon wore on some Resident Evil game. I know they're about to entice you on that one. But just don't pre-order stuff.
Yeah.
Make them work for whatever vision.
They did that twice. They did Leon's jacket and then Chris's jacket for Village. Yeah.
Dude, what did they do with the bag for Fallout 76?
Oh God, that
there was a pre-order
canvas/plastic bag.
Yeah. Not even what they described, and granted, that has nothing to do with the video game. That's a pre-order bonus, but it's like that's how they got your money, man. It didn't even have to do with the video game. It was literally a collector's item that wasn't even worth the material it was printed on, and that's what you sold to them, or that's what you gave up your money for, your hard-earned money. I just don't. I don't get it. Like, I will never pre-order a game. The only thing that I ever did was on launch day for New World, I bought New World and got the pre-order bonus just because I was just like buying it the day it was released, only because I had enough friends to go play with it.
Yeah.
I didn't spend extra. I just bought the game. That's not a pre-order to me, but I needed to preload the game and I knew it was going to take all night.
Mm-hmm.
So that's okay. But when they automatically know that they can get a certain amount of numbers out of their like pre-sales, they know that they don't have to like force their way. We've already made back some of our money. What do we need to? What do you mean DLC? What do you mean expansions that are worth a damn and add more content to the story? What do you mean about that? They don't have to do any of that. You gave them all your money freely for a plastic bag, bro. It's sad.
I know. And I'm totally guilty of that myself, so I get it.
I mean, we're not saints with that, but it took us a while to learn. Like, how many times have I seen the same meme on the internet that says that's the scene of Modern Warfare 2, the Russian elevator scene in the airport, no pre-orders. You know, no Russians. Don't buy them. Yeah, don't buy pre-orders. You're not missing out. And if you think you're going to miss out, I can tell you 9 times out of 10, there's a buyer's remorse for when you pre-order something. Yeah. It's like, that skin looks amazing. Now everyone in the game on that multiplayer game has that skin. How amazing do you feel now? It's not great. And then not only that, but every other gamer now knows you're the pre-order guy.
That FOMO.
You know what I mean? By the way, a couple of comments here. JoJo says, unions are not great sometimes, but yeah, the gaming and wrestling business needs it. Yeah.
Completely agree. Completely agree.
When certain sectors of jobs start getting, this regular, like, oh, sexual harassment is rampant here and there's very little things that we can do about it. Now, that's just passing the buck. You're not being responsible for anything, right? For the company is not being responsible for any of that. And they have procedures for it. But whatever. It's just like, dude, you can't say that they don't need unions. What's that?
No, I'm looking at the chat because they're talking about the Game Awards. We're actually going to get to that next.
Yeah, that's next. Joe Dub says games should take as long as it needed to release a game, and when games are not ready, they should delay with the time of whenever it's ready time.
Yeah. Not, it'll be out in 2 months, and it's like, so you're not going to do anything.
Or don't announce it until 6 months before it's late. It's pretty much gold. Don't announce it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Here's the thing. Can you imagine if Halo Infinite, 3 to 6 months before its release, said, and it's going to release in 3 months, and we already have the gold thing. And oh, you don't like that grunt? No problem, we'll fix him before he's released. It'll probably be a day one patch, but I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. Going back to what you said earlier about id, I think announcing a game ahead of time is okay, especially because, like I said, like a pet peeve of mine is the secrecy of the game, machine, if you will, is like Konami still refuses to admit they're working on Silent Hill, or Rockstar refuses to say anything about GTA 6. It's like they would be fools if they weren't already making them. But
Right.
It's like, oh no, we're going to keep it a secret and hush hush and stuff. I'm okay if Rockstar actually just said, yeah, we're making it, calm down. And when's it going to be out? Whenever. We're not ready yet. Like, do the id model of, yeah, Doom 3's in the works. When's it going to be out? No, not yet. That's all you get. It's like, just tell us you're working on it. That's great.
Yeah.
But you don't have to just sit here and like Ubisoft us and like there's leaks that shows everything you're working on right now, but they're like, no, that's not true. And then a year later, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I'm
Joe,
finished.
Joe Dub says, look at the Game Awards, then 90% of the show was ads and trailers and 10% devs. It's all about the money, and they know they can prey on the casuals.
That is probably Jeff Keighley's business model for the Game Awards right there.
Right.
Is like, I'm going to do this thing, and it's going to be
You want to
watched
jump
by...
on?
Yeah, it's like, this thing is going to be watched by like millions of gamers every year. If you want your advertising in it, let's start see some money. That's the Game Awards right there.
Yep.
Now, I watch it. I'm not just being a hypocrite or anything like that. I watch it expecting it to be an ad show because I want to see trailers for new games. Which he does.
Yeah.
And some old games.
Dark says the Game Show Awards is a waste of time, just like the Grammys. I agree with that, though. I agree with that in this way. Like Clay is gonna say he's glad that there's a game show award, like a video game award, because the industry, the industry that we're in, as far as like video games and enjoying video games, really needed to have that recognition, right? Like, for the longest time, several other awards would look over, like music or anything like that, would look over anything video games, even though they were legitimate, like media, art, they were music, they were, they were driving the culture back in the day, and they still wouldn't give them the time of day. But now it's just like, the fact that the Video Game Awards is exactly what he said about the whole ads and revenue thing and whatnot, it just feels like an entire like infomercial of, by the way, here's the stuff that's that they're gonna try to hawk to you. Pat on the back for you, pat on the back for me. By the way, here's a person that I know personally because I'm Jeff Keighley from the Video Game Awards, brought to you by Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. If I wanted to go back to Spike TV era, yeah, I'd watch that. You know what I mean?
Nobody wants that. Like we were talking about this before the show. It's like I am glad that the Game Awards exist, because before that we had the Spike Video Game Awards, and that was just a catastrophe. Brought
to you by Schick Razors.
But yeah, like please keep watching Cops and Cheaters episodes, and it was like, it was horrible.
Did you know that G4 made that reference?
Oh, tons of times. They've used that to like make fun of themselves like crazy, and I love it.
They were like, and G4, this is how it was done. And G4 is back with the content that you love. All right, let's get started for our first show, Cops.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wait, what?
I thought it was brilliant.
It's like so meta.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna get to the Video Game Awards. We'll talk more about Activision, but I honestly think these kind of industries need a union. It just
absolutely.
They're not gonna, like, companies like this are not gonna police themselves. They just won't.
Yeah.
They have too many other things.
So in these union talks, Activision has gone on record. They have their, their PR people, and they're like, it's just a shame that we haven't been able to like work these out, like using company policies, like, like whatever. And it's like, you all haven't followed company policy, and when it was first brought to light, you all ignored it. Like, why would there be any confidence in Activision?
But then their excuse is that, well, it was mainly because of certain individuals in our company that are no longer here, and we're trying to rectify all the blah, 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 blah. But you didn't have a problem, like, paying their paychecks.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
I hear it.
But anyways, we'll move on to the next one. That's Activision and Blizzard about going against unions and whatnot for whatever. I don't like it. I think it's just trying to be the police of themselves, and it's just never going to work. It never works that way. All right, we're going to be talking about a sport game that they play with balls.
Let me pull this one up, because I don't know that much about ice hockey anymore. Like a long time ago, I used to watch it, but I don't know like the ins and outs. I just thought this was interesting. And this article, no Dark Zero, no, we're talking about ice hockey. So in NHL Sports 22, or EA Sports NHL 22, the International Ice Hockey Federation is partnering with the game. And so there's going to be more players, more teams, more, hoopla, right, in the game. But the things that kind of stood out for me on this is there are amateur or junior teams, so whatever the IHFF manages, but also women's ice hockey is now joining the game. And I was like,
when did this happen?
Not a sports guy at all, right? But I was like, I didn't even know there was women's ice hockey.
Nope,
so
neither did I.
But if that's the case, how long's it been around? And it's about time.
Right.
Like, does NBA 2K involve the WNBA? Probably not. I think like bringing in women's ice hockey into this is like great. That's a smart move.
Right.
Because somewhere, like not this guy, obviously, but it's like because sports, but like somewhere out there's probably a lot of followers for this.
Right.
And they now have their inclusion into these games. And I just like, I'm not going to play the game by any means, but I was like, I just thought it was really cool to point that out. I was like, wow, EA did something smart. Crazy.
Now, where do they go with this is going to be that, like, hey, this wasn't just a thought just to see if we can tap into a market that likes this. This is actually something that we're going to devote to and start marketing equally across the board. Now, NHL, I don't know the following of that game. I don't know how big the demographic is for people who play NHL games and whatnot. But the fact that they just are doing it, I'm with Clay on this one. The fact that maybe people weren't really aware of women's hockey, but now they will be, at least through another medium, right? At least through something else, like instead of a commercial for a game or something like that, now we're going to see it in video games, and it's going to be even more popular. Holy crap, you're about to hit everything.
Dude, I have like, I hit the ground again, and it's like, this like wobbling thing that's going on, it's like I have no control over that. It's like it's doing that on its own because I think my rudders are all broken and stuff now.
Yeah. Dark says, that's not a ball, that's a puck. Damn it, Joe, you got me excited. It's like, okay, fine. It's a circular thing. It's a puck. Got it.
It's a circular thing that goes into a net.
And it's and then when it goes into a net, it's called a goal.
Yeah. So, okay.
I'm assuming.
Like, come on, you were right.
Joe Dub says, and it's because they don't cross-play. Oh, I got you. NHL 22 community is small, and it's because they don't cross-play. So they don't have any like games where they don't have any actual matches where they fight, they go against each other. So
okay,
I mean that makes sense, but still, it's always kind of cool to see the equivalent of the male side over in the female side, and then just look at the difference. Like I'm not even a big sports guy, but I would like to know, like, okay, what is it like? What's the difference between this and that? Is it the same game? And on average, how many points are they scoring? And what's the audience? Where is this being held at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it might be something that, as a father of 3 girls, like, maybe that be something that they want to do. Maybe now that I know that that's something that exists, I might look out for it. She might end up on, EA Sports NHL 2035. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
well, like I said,
all in support.
I'm not going to play it or anything like that. I just like, good on you, EA. Like, that's actually cool that you did that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Video Game Awards, the Game Awards 2021 with Jeff Keighley, brought to you by Jeff Keighley, and also all the other opinions that we're about to have about what was best and what wasn't. I believe there was a comment earlier from Joe Dubs regarding a different game, or maybe it was Gnaw Dog, but I can't remember what it was. Taking a look. No, I don't see it. But if somebody wants to post out your opinions on some of these, by all means, do it in the chat, because I think
I'm gonna pull up a message here real quick. It's I saw a thing on Twitter, and I thought it was so funny because it basically summarized everything. Where is it? Right, but go on. So you did not watch it, right?
No, I waited until somebody actually put the trailers on YouTube, and I didn't even watch the Video Game Awards. I was literally just watching the trailers. I don't care for who won what, because I believe It Takes Two won Game of the Year. And it also won multiplayer of Game of the Year.
Yeah, it was. It Takes Two for the 5 games or whatever that were nominated. That was my pick. That game is amazing, and I highly recommend anybody to play it. It does require co-op. You have to have somebody else playing with you. Only one person actually needs to own the game. It was fantastic. The Game Awards, I watched it because I watch it every year because I like watching game trailers and seeing what's coming out and everything like that. But it was, if you remember, and we talked about this last week, Keighley kind of got in trouble when he said the Game Awards, like, we're not going to take a stand on this whole Activision. Like, we're not going to like involve that. And everybody was like, but you should be. Like, you defended, or you were all crying about Konami treating your best friend Kojima bad, but you won't say anything about this.
That one,
that's
like, tough.
This you won't talk about. So then he came back and said, aside from game trailers, we're not going to discuss Activision. Like, they won't be a part of the show. And then if you actually watch the Game Awards, the first few minutes of it, Keighley gave this kind of speech about how game developers need to be treated better and these companies need to be held responsible. He didn't say who. He just said video game companies need to treat their people better. And I call on the industry to make a change. He didn't say who. He just said, this is bad.
Why does it always feel like the message is cheapened by not being specific? Right?
Yeah, it's like, oh no, everybody, I'm on your side, but please, game publishers, I'm here to work with you.
By the way, checks in the mail, thanks.
Yeah, no, so there's a writer, and I know I bag on IGN all the time. I do not like that website at all. I never have. But it's one of the writers for IGN. Like, somebody liked it on Twitter, and I thought it was really funny. This guy's name's Brian Altano. And he basically did, like, during the Game Awards show, he did, we here at the Game Awards take a strong stance against fire. Anyway, here's what some arsonists are working on.
Oh, my God.
And I was like... Okay.
Oh,
like,
burn.
Slow clap. That was
Burn.
hilarious. And I was like, but it's basically him saying, like, we need to treat everybody. Anyway, here's what Activision's doing. Here's what this company's doing. And I was like, Yeah, I thought that was so funny. But yeah, so this article I gave that I gave you are the biggest 29 announcements from the Game Awards. Some of these are actually really cool. Some of these are, if you remember, and I'm going to make fun of Microsoft here for a second. Whenever Microsoft does their E3 press conferences, they always, every trailer is like exclusive. And even though the game is not exclusive, they still say that. You know, it'll be like exclusive game, and it'll be like Call of Duty, and it's like, that's not exclusive. Like, what are you talking about, right? Exclusive. Every trailer, and they said this a bajillion times through the Game Awards, it was world premiere.
Yeah.
And it was like, which I started to realize had nothing to do with the game itself. It was just the trailer. So there were world premieres for games that already are out. And it's like, what? Oh, no, I guess this is the first time they've shown this trailer for that game that's already out. You know, it's like, wait, what? I thought that was really weird. But so...
No, world premiere.
But so some of these that... a lot of these were CGI trailers, which are kind of useless if you ask me, because you're not actually showing anything about the game. So Suicide Squad actually did have gameplay. That's Rocksteady's new game. You are the Suicide Squad, and apparently you're trying to kill the Flash. That was cool.
They showed Superman in the CGI one as well.
Oh, did they? Okay, yeah. Star Wars Eclipse, like, I'm just going to run through some of these. That's Quantic Dream, who makes, like, Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, those games. Like, those kind of story-based,
that
games.
one got me excited.
I like Quantic Dream. I think they're a really great developer, and their games in the past, aside from Beyond Two Souls, have all been really good. And I love Star Wars, so I'm down. Wonder Woman was CGI trash. Alan Wake 2, honestly, had no idea that was even being made.
I think that was actually one of the best kept secrets out of the entire show.
Alan Wake 2, I was like, watching the teaser for it, it's like, okay, is this Alan Wake? Because they're showing off these kind of like pictures and, environmentals that look like Alan Wake, and then it zooms in on what you can say is a guy with black hair and a flashlight, and it's like, who's that? And then it says Alan Wake 2, and you're like, well, I'm very excited. That looks nothing like Alan Wake, but yes, let's move forward on that.
Yeah.
Like, that should happen. Sam Lake from Remedy Studios was on stage, and he basically said that Alan Wake 1 was, at its heart, it's an action game that has horror elements. Alan Wake 2 is going to be a horror game. And I was like, okay, I am very excited to watch Cinderkin play that game.
Oh, that's
because that's going to be spoopy, and I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
Forspoken, we had a trailer on that, but we already know about that game. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, interesting. This one is made by Gun Media. Gun Media, if you remember, also had a hand in that Friday the 13th game, that asymmetrical horror game.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of weird. I don't know what happened. I would love to get the story one day, but when Friday the 13th was coming out, it was Gun Media, and it was another company, and their name is escaping me right now, but I guess they split ways, because
did they
the other company
divest?
Well, they were working together on Friday the 13th, which I loved. I thought that was an awesome game.
Right.
But then it looks like Gun went over here and started making Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the other company went over and they made that Predator Hunting Grounds game.
Right.
So it's like both of these companies, it's like the only thing they want to make is asymmetrical horror survival games. I mean,
if they think it ain't broke.
Well, I know. And it's like, I mean, because like I said, Friday the 13th was great. Predator was interesting. But like, this one, who knows? Maybe it's going to be good. I just thought that was really weird. I was like, oh, Gun Media? Really? Like, this is their new thing?
I'm just not a fan of CGI trailers. I just don't care for them.
Did you watch in the past day or so? Have you watched the Hellblade 2 trailer that they showed off?
I have not. There's a new Hellblade.
So Hellblade 2 was actually announced last year, and Hellblade 1 was actually known. It was like really called out for its visuals and its sound design.
Yeah,
like,
this is the one that it deals
was really
with.
high quality.
This is the one that deals with like your psychology in certain events and whatnot, and it follows this character.
I didn't play
right?
it. Yeah, I didn't play
and it's
it,
available
but...
on Game Pass, by the way.
Yeah, yes, because Ninja Theory is owned by Microsoft, so it's forever going to be on Game Pass.
Beautiful.
This, according to Keeley, and he said this a few times during the Game Awards, this is in game.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Like this is not CGI. This is literally the way the game looks as you're playing it.
So, and I'm probably going to be corrected, but I believe that this is Unreal Engine 5.
Okay.
So
I don't know.
So the reason why I say that is because Unreal Engine has been pushing realistic environments in almost every game. In Unreal Engine 5, it demos everything, and it's just like this is the kind of caliber, and that's why also the Matrix one was also revealed at the Video Game Awards, because it was showing up, and I was completely blown away by the fact that Matrix even partnered up with Unreal to make that entire trailer. I'll show that trailer later on in a second.
I was going to say, have you played it yet?
No, because it's not available on PC.
Oh, is it not?
No. It's only available on Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5.
Hold on a second.
And there's a reason for that.
Let me blow up my helicopter, and then I can save my game, and I'll just turn it on.
But if you take a look at this is amazing.
Yeah.
This whole entire situation with consoles right now, I'm glad they're finally at this point of polish, because it's just going to make it so that way, like, people are just, they're going to stop worrying about like PC, console, all this other stuff, and just like, can we just play the damn game? Because at this point, it's the same thing no matter what. The only difference you have on PC is just the amount of hardware that you have, or the different variations that you have. But everything else, I mean, you're getting pretty close. This is quite horrifying to watch, by the way. This is
this is like it's like they lure this weird looking thingy out, and
oh god,
and it's like it's really weird looking. But yeah, it's but no, it's gorgeous, right? Like it looks really good. But yeah, I wanted you to see that just because I figured, you know, the resident graphics whore would want to see this and go, well, actually, what they're using here are 4.25 pixel shaders, Clay. And I'm going to be like, and then my eyes glaze over, and I go, so is this like 64-bit again? Like, is that
now, if this is real volumetric smoke with lighting, bro, like, you know how hard it is for graphics cards still to this day to have materials that have a a transparency and then run like this amazingly. It's freaking difficult no matter what it is, but they got it down.
Yeah.
But look at this. I mean, I'm all set.
Yeah.
They had me at what's that other game with the female protagonist and the bow and arrow and all that stuff? I can't remember what it was.
Oh, like Horizon?
Yeah, the new Horizon game. As saturated, oversaturated as it is, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, the water physics, the water transparency, everything. Now you're able to like swim downward and look at all the fauna and all that other stuff. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like this is studio quality CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you take a look at the Matrix Unreal Engine 5 demo, I was trying really hard to see until they switched over to like new Neo or young Neo and young Trinity, I could not tell.
It looked great, right?
I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, is this for reals? But now, take it with a grain of salt, because most of that technology that you see now will probably not make it to your console until 5 years from now. At a smooth frame rate, right? It'll chug along, because that's how things are right now with the current technology that we have. But this, if Keighley is saying that this is gameplay, this reminds me of Rise, right? When the Xbox One hit, and I was just like, oh, I gotta play this. It looks great. Crappy game. I'm not saying it was the best game to me, but the visuals,
it was not that good of a game.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But the visuals were there.
Yeah.
By smooth frame rate, you mean at 15 frames per second? No, I mean like standard cinema, like 24.95 or something like that.
29.97.
Yeah.
Like
Bro,
your NTFS. Yeah.
Like video game standard should be 60 frames or nothing. That's how the standard should be now. And it's coming to Game Pass. Man, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
Now I get to play these games that I'm just like, oh man, it's on Xbox. Why not me? I pay Microsoft.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm totally excited for these games, man. And then some of the non-video game spots like Halo TV show look amazing. Now, granted, take that with a grain of salt. I don't know anything about that show or what lore it's going to try to twist around for creative freedom to be able to like change things up. But you're going to have a hard time, because this isn't just a video game. It's also a book series. So you better not be like messing with anything at that point. And you would be giving a lot of respect to those who actually read the books.
Yeah.
As far as like the lore, the relationships, the characters, you'd be giving a lot of respect to that. So hopefully they follow those books as well.
Yeah.
Now, everybody's been getting hype about Elden Ring. I don't know anything.
We already know about that. Yeah, Elden Ring is the new Dark Souls game. So it's the new Dark Souls. Its story was co-written by George R.R. Martin, so Game of Thrones. And it's treated as a more open world game than the previous ones. So like lots of open world exploration, things like that. Although there was a early kind of like a they called it like a network test or something like that about a month and a half ago on this, and literally everybody who played it, they were all big Souls fans anyway, and they were like, "This is amazing, I love it." Literally everybody came back and said, "This is fantastic."
Are we talking about like MMO levels of gameplay, or are we talking about like a single player with multiplayer functionality like the older ones?
Well, yeah. So, yeah, I think it's going to be that. Like, I think it's going to be single player, but with the multiplayer, like you can be like a ghost or like a monster in the asymmetrical style, kind of like the older ones did.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. But yeah,
gotcha.
It's cool. It looks good. I know a ton of people who are super hyped for it. Sonic Frontiers, they showed nothing but a CGI trailer. Speaking of, by the way, they also showed the movie trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yep.
And it looks awesome.
Knuckles is in there, and
Knuckles and
I
Tails.
was so worried for Ildra's voice. I was so worried. I was like, dude, this guy's rough with his voice. Like he
you
can
an awesome
tell.
Voice.
But I was okay with the fact that they modulated his voice to be more cartoony.
Yeah.
But still, whatever. Then they showed off the new Golem.
By the way, real quick, if you want to jump over to my stream real quick, can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, is it doing that? Hold on, let me do this.
Yeah. Why? You're still playing?
Let's see. Stop. Start. Let's see if it comes back. This game doesn't allow live streaming. We'll see if we'll see, just because San Andreas did that too. We'll see if it clicks.
Yeah, it cut off just now. So now it's offline. Oh, no, you're back. It's coming on.
So this is that Matrix experience.
Right.
Yeah, this is like it has two sections. It has this like on-rail shooter thing,
And then the
which
interactive
this is in
stuff,
game,
right?
and then where you just the other one is where you just kind of like run around this town,
Right.
just to like see it and stuff. But I mean, this is
Bro.
in engine. This is the game. This isn't a
Yeah.
movie.
If they unlocked like the controls here and the interactiveness, like changing your camera,
Yeah.
this would blow you the hell away.
So I can change targets. I can shoot things.
And you know what this proves?
Yeah.
You know what this proves? Given the amount of time, you could have had a decent Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this is auto lock on. I just kind of choose a target to shoot at.
Yeah.
And then I just pull the trigger.
Yeah. On the gameplay for a demo, obviously it's not as polished, right? Because it's on rails most of the time and
Yeah.
you're doing whatever. But then there's the section where you get to drive around or fly around is also equally impressive because it's like it's showing you rendering views that are far longer than anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
So
But
the
it's,
level of
I mean-
detail, all that stuff, the technology that goes into all this stuff is now on par, if not better, than most of the CGI that you would get from movies. And it's not that they're different now. CGI from movies and video games, they're pretty close hand in hand. Like mocap, everything, same studios. We're not talking like they're separate. And if you remember, CryEngine was trying to sell that. They were trying to say like, hey, our technology is movie ready. And you can actually see some movies where they've helped out. And so it's like, this is great. The de-aging, I don't know where that was done at because Trinity and Neo's de-aging scan was just like great. Now I could tell like once they de-aged them, I was like, yeah, that's obviously not in real life. That's some software de-aged them and whatnot, and they look a little bit weird. But when you take a look at the actual like scan of Neo and Trinity as they are in this age, it's like, bro, that I could not tell. The one thing on the Uncanny Valley that always messes it up for me is the reflection on the eyes.
Yeah.
The reflection on the eyes is like the one thing that takes me out of that immersion, and I was not. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's a trailer for Matrix, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is a trailer for Matrix, a Matrix game, possibly. Look at
This is where it shows you kind of like its techie side. This
is crazy, man.
This is like the AI, the way it works.
Yeah. Here, let me bring it back.
Dynamic global illumination and reflections.
Look at this.
And then this is nanite, which I was told is like their new way of doing textures and stuff. I have no clue what this is.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like,
wow.
This is where graphics happen.
This is how graphics look like.
So this one I didn't like, even on the PS5, it's like this one doesn't really do anything for me. It's like, oh, this one does, but before that it's like where it shows pre-rendered stuff. I was like, I don't know what this is. Yeah, this one right here, like display rendered and displayed visual. It's like I can see kind of like scan lines when I do that, but that's about it.
Yeah. Well, it's trying to show off the fact that anti-aliasing and all that stuff is being done on the scene.
Yeah.
Efficiently, while you still have all these other polygons going on around. Like I can't, if you stood still, I couldn't be able to tell the difference between that being a photo or that being an actual game. I just couldn't, because you're utilizing real lighting and real text, or like real looking textures on so many different things. That's just it's so much noise that the eye can't fixate on one thing and be like, nope, that's fake. So pretty soon you marry this with metaverse, and we'll be jacked in no time. 20 years from now, we'll be jacked in. We'll never come back out, and that's about it. We'll just be collecting our NFTs inside the Matrix. Fantastic. It's the kind of world I want. And then we'll forget that we were in the Matrix. And then all of a sudden, Morpheus is just going to try to pull us out. And we will be like, no! I have a lot of NFTs in my house.
Nah, man.
Nah!
I got so many cat NFTs. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
so this is like the next part of it. Yeah. So and I could just run around or steal a car or something like that, but flying is obviously better. So it's like.
Look at that, man.
But yeah, can you imagine like the city looking like this, but you're playing like Spider-Man 2?
Here's the thing that brings it home for me, okay? This is a fucking box that sits in your living room now, right? Hook up VR, hook up full motion tracking, hook up all this other stuff. You're not that far from what this game is based on. You know what I mean? Like, you're not that far.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I said, it's super pretty. But yeah, this is essentially at that little shooting section, and now this.
Yeah. So Dark Zero says, until hackers come and lock everything and scammers call you and offer home warranty or solar panels. Damn it.
Yeah.
We've been trying to contact you about your extended warranty. Son of a... I'm in the metaverse.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's the Matrix thing. That was one of the things they showed off. Back to the list here. Just a few others. Splitterhead is a new,
Oculus or Among Us VR, which
Among Us VR
already exist in Steam VR. Like so, granted, it's not a licensed like Among Us, right? Like it's just some community driven thing.
I'm gonna say this. Among Us was great.
It's over.
Last year, during lockdown,
yeah,
it was great. Does anybody still care? Like, does anyone still care?
I do.
By the way, the Matrix is still in front of you.
I know. I'm putting it down. But yeah, this is look. My kids still do it, so I'm good. Right? They still enjoy Among Us. Now they enjoy Among Us the most on VR on the Steam VR. They enjoy it there. They don't even know that this is coming out. So my youngest one is actually the one that enjoys Among Us a lot. Yeah. Because she's a little liar and she likes to get away with things, and this game promotes that. You know
this allows her to be a liar.
Yeah, this allows her to be a liar without having any remorse. No moral compass problem here. You can just lie and get rewarded for it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
I would buy it for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. We got Among Us VR, Lord of the Rings Gollum. It was a CGI trailer that shows us nothing.
Yeah.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I have no interest in that at all. Don't care.
Star Trek Resurgence, which looks like
Resurgence is going to be a kind of like a Telltale type game.
Which they're back now, I guess.
Yeah, Telltale's back. This is actually a different company, but it's Arc Raiders. Nothing impressive yet. Sessions Diana is. Riot came up with a way to help provide people DRM-free music that can't be like DMCA'd.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all part of that. This is kind of like just an ad for you to sign up to their kind of music service now. It's cool. Going down a little bit, Rumbleverse, which, by the way, if you want to play, is in beta right now. I have it installed, and I'm not allowed to tell you what I think of it.
Oh, you signed it? You signed it for the beta?
Yeah. If you go to, I think it's just playrumbleverse.com, you can sign up.
Oh, okay.
And it is available on everything. And I played a little bit of it yesterday morning, and I can't say one way or the other.
Could you
scratch an eye real quick?
Is there a legend or something that I can look at? Or?
Yeah.
This game looks cool, but
essentially it's a battle royale where it's kind of just like a pro wrestling meets a beat 'em up.
Looks like Guacamelee characters here.
Yeah, right. But yeah, and like I said, it's free. It's a free sign up. I applied for it, and I think 2 hours later they were like, "Here's your code," and I was like, "Okay." Yeah.
This reminds me of Ubisoft's take on Split, or what was the other one? Their disaster of
their BR was Hyperscape.
Yeah, this reminds me of that, but with just tunes.
I would say Hyperscape, but also this one actually really reminded me of if you ever played Knockout City from EA, which is their like big team battle dodgeball game.
Yeah.
To me, it looks exactly like that. But yeah, try this one out. Maybe when the NDA goes away, we can talk about it. But yeah.
So it's free to play. You just got to go and check it out on their site.
Rumbleverse.com. There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out. The Expanse, that's the new Telltale game. It's based on a TV show, I heard, and I didn't know what The Expanse was until then. Tunic, it's a game everybody's been wanting for the past 4 years, and it's finally coming out next year. Homeworld 3, didn't even know there was a Homeworld 1 and 2. Crossfire X is a big multiplayer shooter.
I could have swore that's been
a few months ago.
I could have swore Crossfire has been in circulation for a while.
Crossfire is a really big free-to-play shooter in Asia.
Uh-huh.
So this is them bringing it here. When I played it on a beta test, like earlier this year, or something like that, basically it was like it's a team-based shooter, and it had like 2 modes. It had like you're either playing Counter-Strike or you're playing like Team Deathmatch. Or no, it was Counter-Strike or like your take over a territory battlefield type system.
hold the territory kind of thing.
Yeah, and that was it. And like you chose one of the 2 games, and it was like, do you want to buy your equipment all the time like Counter-Strike, or do you want to play take over the territory? But the way
polished.
this trailer, the way this trailer, it looks amazing. But this trailer actually makes it seem like it's like a campaign.
It's not.
Which, if it is, that would be awesome. But when I played it, there was no campaign. It was literally just 2 multiplayer modes. So I don't know. But Joe Dub says he's hyped for it. So I mean, hopefully it's good.
So is it free to play?
I believe so. Especially since it's based on a Chinese shooter, because they only do free to play games over there.
And they do microtransactions for your customizations. Gotcha. Which I'm not
there
against.
There is a campaign. Yeah,
I'm not against so long as it's cosmetic, but
yeah, Joe Dub says there is a campaign, so that's awesome. I will play it. It'll probably be on Game Pass, so I'm ready.
Thanks for the information there, Joe Dubs.
Nightingale,
and it's coming on my birthday. Fantastic.
Great. That's
shameless plug. Buy me.
They did
buy
that.
me things. Give me compliments.
They did that just for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Nightingale's a open world survival crafting game.
Huh?
And I was like, yeah, I don't care. Moving on. PUBG Battlegrounds. Cuphead is getting some DLC. Yeah, Cuphead is getting some DLC, which looks amazing. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling through this list here.
PUBG Battlegrounds.
Yeah. Cuphead's DLC, it looks just as good as Cuphead. Thirsty Suitors, I don't even know what kind of game this is, but it looks funny and entertaining, and I'm probably just gonna try this out anyway. I don't even know what kind of game this is. It just has people who are like endlessly fighting and beating each other up, but it's like, is it a fighting game? Is it a brawler? I don't know.
It?
Yeah, I don't know, but the trailer was entertaining enough for me to be like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
We'll see.
By the way, I don't know if I told you this before, but I'm pretty sure I said it. I need an Xbox Series S.
They are readily available.
Are they?
Yeah.
I can go buy one.
I was at a week ago. I was at Target, and
they were
had
right
tons.
there. Okay.
Yeah, like the X they're out of, but the S they had them.
Yeah, I don't care for X. I don't think I'll ever use like. I won't ever for a console. I don't want to be reminded that they're already here with 4K. Okay. I want to keep believing that they're subpar.
Us plebs in console land.
What the hell you mean 120 hertz? You mean comb filter? That ain't real. That's still 60 hertz.
Be like, no, it's 120 at 4K.
Damn it. I mean,
because I paid $8,000 for my PC to do that.
Yeah, but I have this keyboard.
There's no way
mouse.
you console plebs. It's like, yeah, you can just plug in a mouse and keyboard to an Xbox and it plays. You can't on multiplayer, but on like Halo's campaign, yeah, you can just plug in a mouse and keyboard, and it's like, cool, you're on.
Dune Spice Wars world premiere, please. No.
CGI trailer. Yeah. From what I'm told, or from what I've read, this is a Dune RTS game.
Oh, cool. All right, I can see that.
But yeah, so this is essentially what we just showed you was a rundown minus a few other world premieres of games that already exist and advertisements for games that already exist. Yeah, Joe Dub says Series S is up on Amazon.
Fantastic. So I'll probably go to Best Buy and just buy it there because I don't wait for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. 4K with 15 FPS. I mean, if you're on a...
It's 4K.
If you're on a PS4 Pro, maybe.
Wait, what?
What do you
mean? What's the difference?
4K with 15 FPS.
Yeah.
It's like
I thought hardware-wise, the PS5 was superior.
The PS5 has a better SSD.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is better on the Xbox.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe Dubs, do you concur? Do you concur, Joe Dubs, that the PS5 and the Xbox is better than on a Series X at least, right?
Yeah.
But
in
technically,
all fairness,
there is
the Series S gets actually really good reviews.
Yeah, well, it's a good halfway point, right?
Yeah. The Series S is no slouch. Like, I know it can't do 4K, but it's like if you watch those like Digital Foundry comparisons, they're like, no, this thing is awesome. Like people should want this. It's awesome.
So I was more afraid that I'd just be picking up a souped up Xbox Series X or Xbox Series Xbox One X. Kind of like how people were like complaining, like, what the hell? This is a Sony PlayStation 4 Pro and it can't run freaking Cyberpunk that well. Like, that's what I was afraid of. It doesn't seem to be the case.
The Series S has the new SSD in it, and so it loads super fast, just like the Series X and the PS5 and all that. The PS5 loads faster. It does, because I said, it has a better. It has more SSs in its Ds, apparently.
Mm-hmm. I know some of
computers. Yeah, I know computers. It has more hard drives in it.
Oh, how many more?
5 because of the PS5.
That's what it stood for.
Yeah, it has 5 more SSDs. So it loads faster. But if you look at like all these comparison videos on everything, it's the Xbox can do a higher resolution and a lot of the times better frame rates.
So Joe Dub says, my PS5 is collecting dust right now until single player games come out that I like.
I turned mine on for the first time in a month yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was like, because I'm borrowing my buddy's PSVR right now because I'm going to play that Astrobot game that everybody loves so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I like, I better turn on and firmware update and do all that stuff. And it was like, yeah, I haven't turned my PS5 on in a month. It's just sitting there.
So I guess with the PlayStation 5 version, The only difference between one and the other is just the disc drive.
The $100 disc drive.
What?
Yeah,
That's how much it costs?
$400 and $500.
Oh my god. And then for the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X, the difference is 4K enabled, but still basically
4K,
the same thing.
4K disc drive and a smaller SSD. But same speed, just less capacity.
So probably like a 500. I'll go check that out.
Something like that, yeah. I don't know.
So that means like maybe 2 games will fit on.
You know, I have like, what do I have? So the X has like, you know, the terabyte, which is not a terabyte usable. It's, you know, it's like 800 usable or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm at 61%, and I have 15 games installed. So I could theoretically put another like 5 on there. So like, I mean, games are like, they're not all Warzone, you know?
Right.
Like, you know, like they're not all these, you know,
but
half terabyte games.
But what I'm really trying to take advantage of is the fact that I pay for Game Pass Ultimate. So I'm just like, what's another like, what is it? $300? $300 plus tax? Something like that.
It's $350, I believe, or
shit.
$300. Might be $300. I don't know. Yeah.
And then it's like hook it up to my account, share it out to my kids, and they got something else they could just not bother me with. Here you go. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But then those freaking controllers, man, they're freaking expensive. They're like $70.
Yeah.
For the wireless ones, which I'm not gonna have them trip over everything just to bring down a Series S down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Well, that's our show for this week.
2 hours, bro.
We rambled a lot because
we did.
Well, I mean, Mel's not here to keep us in check, and
I know.
There wasn't a lot of news.
Everybody hit up Mel either on Discord or on Twitter and be like, "This is what happens when you're not here."
Yeah, we just banter. We just, you know,
be like, it was a 2-hour show, Mel. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No one. Not these guys on the chat, but no one.
Yeah. And then just harass her, just endlessly. Just be like, look, you fine individual.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you go be with your family on Game News Live Time?
Yeah. Clearly.
This is why they're not paying you. This right here. Or something.
I mean,
it's not like we have any money.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Babe, I got money. It's your money. Okay, fine. Yeah, it's her money.
I mean, that's, you know, the whole marriage joke, you know, like there's her money and there's our money.
Yeah. Maddie says bye guys from Sammy, so
bye Sammy. I'll see you all. I'll see you all later today.
We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna say us be the sane and all that other junk, and then we'll be back here probably next. Oh wait, are we doing family vacations or anything? Are we?
I am not. So next Saturday is the 18th. I'm not going to be doing anything. Keep in mind for everybody out there that we are like
at the Christmassy side of video game news.
I don't foresee, unless Activision just really screws up again, I don't foresee any big game news coming out in the next week, because we are not like, now we are in the Christmas slowdown. Nobody's going to want to do anything. No big announcements. The Game Awards are over. All the big announcements for the year are done.
Yep.
New releases for the next few weeks is looking pretty sad until like mid-January. So we might be doing a stream next week.
I don't mind game streaming because I think those are fun. And then I also had my daughter play Gang Beast with me the other day. Nice. So it was pretty fun. That game
is so just goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I still can't understand the controls on that. Like, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure if I'm throwing a punch or if I'm grabbing you or like how does
you
this
just
work?
You just aim the stick in the direction, and then you just hit things,
Okay.
and then like something happens.
Right.
Yeah.
But all right, we'll get out of here. Thanks for coming this week. We appreciate all of you, our regulars, any newcomers that come in, and our followers. Make sure you like us on twitch.tv. Follow us on twitch.tv for a chance to win 25
Make sure
bucks.
you like us, unless you don't want to like us.
Unless you don't want to like us, then
and
just click
I'm okay with that.
Just click
And
the
then
red X
screw
on the
off.
window.
Nobody wants you.
Damn, Clay. You're gonna give him anxiety.
I'm thinking of that scene in Happy Gilmore when he's like talking to his girlfriend on the little intercom thing, and he's like, "Fine, beat it. Nobody likes you." And he's like, "I'm sorry, baby."
All right. Well, we'll get out of here. Thanks for coming, everyone. We'll be here next week, if not with the game news, then at least with gameplay. Let's get out of here.
We'll do some Back for Blood or something.
Yeah. I still have that preloaded, so yeah, we should probably do that. Back for Blood.
Yeah.
Let us know if you like that in the Discord chat, and we'll get that started. We'll talk to you later.
Exactly.
See you next time. Bye. Bye.